All right, let's jump right in. Today we're going to be talking about excerpts from Peter Thiel's 0 to 1. Um,
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited about this one.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it's like the entrepreneur's Bible for building companies that don't just, play the game, but actually change it entirely.
That's the key, right? I mean,
Mm.
there's a lot of advice out there on how to build a successful business, but
Right.
Thiel is really focused on companies that disrupt entire industries and like really shape the future.
Yeah.
I think game changers. Like, well, we'll get to those in a second.
Yeah, so the foundation of Thiel's thinking is this idea of 0 to 1.
Yeah.
Can you break that down for us?
Sure, yeah. So 0 to 1 represents a radical leap forward. Like, it's about creating something genuinely new, not just like tweaking what already exists.
Yeah.
It's the difference between like inventing the first iPhone and releasing the iPhone 15. One is a revolutionary innovation. The other is an incremental improvement.
So 1 to win is more like opening another coffee shop on a street that already has 5 of them?
Exactly. You got it. It's playing within an existing system, not rewriting the rules.
Okay.
Thiel argues that while there's a place for that one-to-end thinking,
Right.
it doesn't lead to the kind of like world-changing impact
Yeah.
that 0 to 1 companies can achieve.
Yeah. What would be a real-world example of what this looks like?
So think about Airbnb. Before Airbnb came along, hotels were pretty much the only game in town when it came to like travel accommodations. But Airbnb said, hey, what if we connect travelers with unique spaces right in people's homes?
There's a 0 to 1 move
Exactly.
that completely disrupted the entire travel industry.
Yeah.
They didn't just create a successful business, they created a whole new way to think about travel.
They redefined the category.
Exactly.
That's 0 to 1 thinking.
Yeah, and that kind of disruption creates lasting value.
Yeah.
Has the power to redefine entire industries.
For sure.
Okay, so Thiel also has this kind of interesting and some might say controversial take on monopolies.
Oh, yeah.
Can you help us understand where he's coming from on that?
Yeah, sure. So this is where Thiel like really flips the script. He challenges this idea that competition is always a good thing. You know, monopolies, let's face it, they usually have a pretty bad reputation.
Yeah.
But Thiel argues that they can actually be powerful engines of innovation.
Wait, how does that work? I mean, aren't monopolies all about like squashing the competition?
Well, yeah, that's the traditional view. But here's Thiel's thinking. Once a company has achieved like a dominant position in its market, a monopoly, they're free from the constant pressure of cutthroat competition.
Right.
This means that they can think long-term and invest in like really bold, groundbreaking projects that companies who are like scrambling for survival just simply can't afford to pursue.
Right.
So they're not just focused on making a quick profit, they can actually focus on making a real difference.
So like if you're looking to invest in companies, maybe look for the ones that have that potential to become a monopoly.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something to consider.
Yeah.
But of course, monopolies raise important questions about regulation and, preventing abuse of power.
Right.
Thiel acknowledges that. But his point is that we shouldn't just automatically write off monopolies as evil. They can actually play a really significant role in driving progress.
Okay, so we've got 0 to 1 thinking and a new way to think about monopolies. What other kind of unconventional wisdom does Thiel offer?
Well, a big one is what he calls contrarian thinking.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. What exactly does that look like?
Well, it's about questioning conventional wisdom. It's those assumptions that everyone else takes for granted, spotting opportunities where others see only dead ends. Thiel poses this like really thought-provoking question. What valuable company is nobody building?
So like seeing the potential in the
Yeah.
overlooked,
Right.
the things that everyone else has dismissed as impossible
Yeah.
or impractical.
Exactly. And it can lead to some really remarkable breakthroughs. Think about Tesla. When everyone else was laser-focused on making gas-guzzling cars a little bit more efficient,
Right.
Elon Musk went all in on electric vehicles.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
contrarian thinking in action.
He proved a lot of people wrong on that one.
Yeah.
So Thiel is encouraging us to question assumptions, not just in business, but maybe in every area of our lives.
Yeah, that's the beauty of these ideas. They can be applied in so many different contexts. It's about challenging the status quo, whether you're launching a startup, leading a team, or even just trying to solve a problem in your own life.
Now, this all ties into something else that Thiel emphasizes, the power of technology to create a better future. He calls
Right.
it definite optimism, right?
Yes, and it's a powerful concept. It's about believing that we have the capacity, through focused effort and innovation, to build a future that's significantly better than the present.
So it's not just hoping for the best.
Mm-hmm.
It's actively working to make the best happen.
Yeah, exactly. Thiel believes we can use technology to develop solutions to the world's biggest challenges. He sees startups as like the key players in this process, more nimble and ambitious than large corporations.
What would be like an example of a company that embodies that definite optimism approach?
SpaceX. They're pushing the boundaries of space travel with their reusable rockets, dramatically lowering the cost of accessing space and opening up a whole new realm of possibilities.
It's a fantastic example of that 0 to 1 thinking in action. But building these game-changing companies takes a special kind of person, right?
Mm-hmm.
What does Thiel have to say about the role of the founder?
Well, he believes that the founder's vision is absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
It's not just about having like a solid business plan. It's about having this deep conviction,
Right.
a belief in a future that doesn't yet exist. It's almost like they can...
Like they can see something that everyone else is missing.
Exactly, yeah. And Thiel believes that the most successful founders often have like unique, sometimes unconventional personalities. He points to Steve Jobs, who was relentless in his pursuit of like beautifully designed, user-friendly technology.
Yeah.
Jobs wasn't just building a company. He was on a mission to change the way people interact with technology.
This is what Thiel calls the founder's paradox, right?
Yes.
That these extraordinary individuals often possess traits that make them difficult to work with.
Right.
But their unique vision and drive are precisely what allows them to achieve these incredible things.
For sure.
That makes a lot of sense. But even with a visionary founder, you need a fantastic team to bring those ideas to life.
Absolutely.
What's Thiel's take on building a high-performing team and culture?
Yeah, well, he emphasizes the importance of a small, tightly knit team, especially in a company's early stages. He believes that a team of like 20 people or fewer can be incredibly effective because it allows for like clear communication, fast decision-making, and a strong sense of shared purpose.
So it's about quality over quantity.
Absolutely. And Thiel believes that hiring shouldn't just be about like skills and experience.
Okay.
It's about finding people who are deeply passionate about the company's mission and who share its core values.
So it's like building a tribe, a group of people who are all rowing in the same direction, fueled by that shared passion and belief in the company's vision.
Exactly. And Thiel argues that a strong culture, one that's driven by a shared mission, is absolutely essential for overcoming like the inevitable challenges that any startup will face.
Now, before we move on, I want to connect this back to you for a second. Think about a time when you were part of a team, maybe at work or even like a volunteer group. Did you experience that sense of shared purpose? That feeling of being part of something bigger than yourself?
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, it really makes a difference, doesn't it?
Oh, for sure. It's amazing what a group of people can accomplish when they're all aligned and working towards a common goal.
Yeah.
Like, really, it's pretty powerful.
It is. It is. And it's fascinating how Thiel connects that sense of shared purpose to the success of these 0 to 1 companies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, it makes you wonder if some of the companies and organizations that are struggling out there are missing that crucial ingredient.
Yeah, maybe they are. Maybe they are. Now, I'm curious. Have you ever been a part of a team or organization where you really felt that sense of shared purpose?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's amazing. It's just amazing how being part of a team that's aligned and passionate can completely change your experience.
It's incredibly powerful, isn't it?
It really is. And it makes me think about all the teams and organizations out there that are struggling to achieve their goals. Maybe they're missing that crucial ingredient, that shared sense of purpose, that feeling that they're all in this together.
All right. We've delved into the power of long-term thinking, explored the unexpected benefits of monopolies, and uncovered the importance of building strong teams and cultures. But there's one more crucial aspect of Thiel's philosophy we need to unpack. When we come back, we'll explore the role of startups as catalysts for change and delve into the ethical considerations that come with building a better future. Don't go anywhere.
All right, welcome back to the deep dive. We've been talking about Peter Thiel's 0 to 1, which really gets you thinking about innovation and entrepreneurship. But, you know, you've got to remember that all this technology stuff, it doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Right. It always comes with, consequences.
Exactly.
Intended, unintended.
Right. And, I think it's important to remember that technology is ultimately a tool, right?
Yeah.
It can be used for good or for ill, It just depends on the people who
Mm,
are wielding it and the choices they make.
for sure, yeah. And, as we kind of enter this age of increasingly powerful technologies,
Right.
from AI to biotechnology, I mean, all this stuff,
Yeah.
these considerations become even more crucial, right? I mean, we need to be asking ourselves some tough questions.
Like, who benefits from these advances? Who might get left behind? And how can we make sure that progress serves everyone, not just a select few?
It's easy to get, like, swept up
Mm-hmm.
in the excitement of new discoveries, new innovations, but you can't lose sight of the human element.
Exactly. Yeah. And, Thiel really emphasizes the importance of the founder's vision throughout the book.
Mm-hmm.
He argues that the most successful founders are often driven by this deep sense of purpose,
Yeah.
this desire to make a positive impact on the world.
To make the world a better place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he sees that as a key ingredient in building companies that not only achieve success, but also contribute to a better future.
But like we were talking about earlier, there's a flip side to this.
Oh, for sure.
Not every founder is driven by purely altruistic motives.
Right.
And even with the best intentions, it's possible to create technologies
Hmm.
that have unforeseen negative consequences.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to have open and honest conversations about the ethical implications of all of this.
Yeah.
We need to be engaging with these issues from all angles. Bring together technologists, ethicists, policymakers, the public to make sure that, technological advancement is guided by a strong moral compass.
I like that. So it's about finding that sweet spot, the
Yeah.
balance between pushing the boundaries of what's possible while also carefully considering the potential risks and, unintended consequences.
Yeah. I mean, that's the challenge we're facing, and it's only going to become more crucial in the coming years.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into 0 to 1, what's the most important takeaway for you?
I think Thiel provides a really powerful framework for thinking about innovation and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
This focus on 0 to 1 thinking, challenging conventional wisdom, building strong teams and cultures. I mean, these are all valuable insights that can apply to just about any field or endeavor.
But it's also vital to remember that technology, like we were saying, is a double-edged sword. It has the potential to create a brighter future, but it can also magnify inequalities, create new problems, or even pose a threat to our very existence if we're not incredibly careful.
Yeah, absolutely. As we kind of embrace all these incredible possibilities that lie ahead, we need to do so with a healthy dose of caution, along with our optimism.
Yeah.
We need to be thoughtful, responsible, and work together to ensure that progress benefits all of humanity, not just a select few.
That's a fantastic way to sum it up. Thiel's 0 to 1 is a call to action, a challenge to think big, be bold, and build companies that truly make a difference in the world. But it's also a reminder that with great power comes great responsibility. As we kind of venture into the unknown, we got to do it with wisdom, compassion, and a deep commitment to creating a future that we can all be proud of.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.